Now, from the Columbia Basin, your local news source, this is iFIBER 1 News, presented in high definition. The #1 source for real-time local news, local sports headlines, and our very own Weather Center forecast covering the entire Columbia Basin. With your iFIBER 1 News team, reporting news in real time as it's happening. From the iFIBER Communications HD broadcast studio in Ephrata, Washington, this is iFIBER 1 News, and it starts now.
Welcome to iFIBER 1 News. Hope everyone had a good weekend. I'm Cody Johnson reporting news from around the Columbia Basin for Monday, July 1st. Tonight we report on a man who went missing from the Gorge Amphitheater area and how a large number of people came to Grant County for a concert and ended up in the ER. We also look at how the community enjoyed a picnic in Ephrata with the 1161st Transportation Company and how Grant County swore in the new 3rd District Court judge on Friday. In sports, the Mariners dropped 2 out of 3 games to the Cubs over the weekend, and another top tennis player took an early exit from Wimbledon. Our spotlight story tonight is about former Moses Lake reporter Matthew Weaver returning to Soap Lake for a bed ride. And we have the latest about our hot weather in the forecast for tomorrow from the iFIBER 1 Weather Center. Our top story tonight, a 20-year-old Seattle man was found a day after he went missing from a concert at the Gorge Amphitheater. Andrino Farinas reportedly told a Grant County Sheriff's deputy he took the drug Molly, a crystal or powdered form of ecstasy, and walked and swam 18 miles from Gorge to Crescent Bar. He was found earlier today in good health, but disoriented and confused about how he got to Crescent Bar. The sheriff's search and rescue crews and aircraft were at the gorge and surrounding areas searching for him. Farinas was not the only concert goer having problems with Molly this weekend. About 50 people were treated after using drugs at the Paradiso Festival. Early media reports listed the number as 100, but Quincy Valley Medical Center spokeswoman Michelle Worrell said the emergency room handled 123 patients last weekend, and 72 were from the concert. About 50 of the concert emergencies were related to drugs. 7 were transported to Central Washington Hospital in Wenatchee, where 1 died. The Chelan County coroner said a 21-year-old Des Moines man died in the Wenatchee Hospital on Sunday from a drug overdose. Seattle and Spokane news sources reported many of the concert goers were made ill by the drug known as Molly, but Worrell said Quincy Valley Medical Center doctors were unable to determine the exact nature of the drug that sickened many of their patients, adding it was a drug cocktail. All concert-related patients have since been released from the Quincy Hospital. The Grant County Sheriff's Office was busy at the Gorge handling a total of 62 calls for service and arresting 23 people on a variety of charges, including possession or delivery of drugs, trespassing, obstructing a public servant, assault, and disorderly conduct. Not all of the weekend activities were marked by drug use. A group of people in Ephrata came together to enjoy the company of the National Guard's 1161st Transportation Company. Here with the story is Spencer Graham.
The Oasis RV Park and Golf Course hosted an event on Saturday that marked the end of an annual military training period. The National Guard's 1161st Transportation Company celebrated their completion of a 15-day training session involving massive palletized load system vehicles like this one, which also served as a decent stage for performers at the event.
So over the last 15 days, we spent a lot of time doing community events and actually supporting stateside exercises to show our capabilities of the palletized load system. That's the actual trucks we have.
The soldiers were encouraged to bring their families and friends to the picnic where they enjoyed food, music, and games.
Hamburgers, hot dogs, the American Legion donated, made a bunch of potato salad for us, watermelon, all kinds of tournaments and stuff like that, so typical picnic food.
Rock wall climbing was one of the main attractions, giving children and adults alike a chance to prove their strength. Musical talent was also abundant at the picnic. Young artists showcased their abilities on stage to show their personal support for the soldiers. All in all, the event was a success, attracting about 180 people to Oasis Park and giving the 1161st Company a fun way to wrap up 2 weeks of training. Another 1161st event is planned in September called the Truck Rodeo, where soldiers will compete to see who in the company is the best at what they do.
It's a competition to find out who the best truck drivers are, includes backing up with a trailer, tire changing, stuff like that. So, that'd be a good opportunity for the community to come out and see what these trucks actually do.
There's also a golf tournament at Oasis Park on the 4th of July, which plans to be another family-friendly way to show support for the Washington National Guard. For more information, you can visit iFIBER1.com. For iFIBER 1 News, this is Spencer Graham reporting.
Thanks, Spencer. Each of the people you see here have warrants for their arrest and are wanted by various law enforcement agencies. If you see any of these people, the DOC asks that you not attempt to detain or apprehend them, but to call police. You can also call the Department of Corrections at 509-764-6180 during the day or 509-762-1160 after 5 p.m. Stay tuned. We'll be right back after these messages with the latest from the iFIBER 1 Weather Center, and we've got sports and more news on the way.